Next, we have rhythm. Now, dance holds together through rhythm, much like music does. And rhythm is seen in a couple of different ways. It's not simply the sound of footfall or specified movements, but you can see it through spatial arrangement, in other words, how the dancers are arranged on stage, as well as a repetition in movement. And it should be pointed out that music isn't necessary for dance, but rhythm is, because everyone needs to be on the same timing, thus the need for rhythm. Then we have mime and pantomime. Now, mimetic movement suggests the movement of people or animals. So miming refers to the movement of general people or general animals. In other words, not a specific person or a specific animal. It gets more specific when we get to pantomime. Pantomime is when the dancer portrays a specific character in a theatrical sense. So when the dancer becomes more of an actor, that's pantomime. When the dancer is in the background, that's probably mime. And this may be used to carry forward a story or to clarify some other point within the dance itself. Which brings us to theme, image, and storyline. So we have to look at how a dance communicates its ideas. There's three primary ways it's going to do this, or three primary forms. We're going to see narrative, abstract, and divertisement. So a narrative dance is a dance that tells us a story. The Nutcracker, Swan Lake. Some of the most famous ballets out there and dances out there are giving us some kind of story. Then we can have something abstract, which is a theme without a story. And that theme could be anything. It could be a dance about love or death or any number of other large ideas. And generally, if you go to a dance, it's going to be more abstract. There will be something about what it's getting at in the program, either in the title of the dance or maybe they're going to have a write-up in there. So look at the program when you go to a dance event, especially if it's abstract, if it's not telling a specific story. Then we have divertissement, which is a dance with no narrative or abstract communication. This is going to be interpretive dance, for example. It's dance where you're focusing on the movement, maybe the grace of the human body more than anything else. So there isn't any deep theme to it. And in any of these, the audience has to evaluate the feeling the choreographer is trying to communicate, which brings up another point. If you go to a dance event and you just don't understand it, it's not necessarily your fault. It may well be that the choreographer simply wasn't speaking to an audience like you. And as college students, that's actually a pretty common occurrence. So if the dance doesn't speak to you, if you don't understand it, it is perfectly acceptable to say, I don't understand it, and here's why. That here's why is really the important part, that ability to articulate what it is that didn't speak to you, why that dance didn't connect to you. And it could be as simple as I don't have enough experience with dance to understand what they're trying to get across.